Hello everybody, I'm your brother 9, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Fire Red. In the last episode, we had a really long fight with Koga, but it was worth it because we got our 5th badge, the Marsh badge, I believe is this what this one is called, and that is fantastic. Now, in between episodes, I went fishing. That's right, I went and caught all those Pokemon that we were talking about when we were talking about the Super Rod. Well, not all of the Pokemon, but a majority of the Pokemon that you can get, and you can see them here. I've got Void, who's my shelter, who has a pearl. You can sell that for money, cool. I've got Dadra here, and you've got Dotsy. I have both a Horsey and a Seadra because I caught the Seadra before I caught the Horsey, so I had to make sure I caught that one as well. And then I also have Faker, and then I have Bradley, Polyfinger, and Jinx Trade. I have Bradley and Polyfinger because Poliwag can evolve into 2 different Pokemon. And then I have Poliwhirl for a trade, the Jinx Trade. And then I have a second Psyduck called Licky Trade. And that is all the Pokemon that I've caught in between episodes. Now, we have something very important to do in this episode, and that is the Safari Zone. That's right, it is not the time to use that. I probably have my fishing rod. Yep, my super rod is on that. Let's get that back out here like this. Yeah, there we go. That was a great sentence, by the way. I did not want to go in there. That was not good. So, we are going into the Safari Zone, and there is a lot to talk about with the Safari Zone, so we better get this started right now, real quick. What do you gotta say? Hi, is it your first time here at the Safari Zone? The Safari Zone actually has 4 zones in it. Each zone has a different kind of Pokemon, even some rare ones. Use the supplied Safari Balls to catch them. You can also throw bait or rocks besides the Safari Balls. If you throw bait, the Pokemon becomes less likely to flee, but harder to catch. If you throw rocks, Pokemon becomes more likely to flee, but easier to catch. When you run out of time or Safari Balls, it's game over for you. He pretty much told us everything we needed to know right there, but I will do a little more of an explanation. It's only $500 to play, which is pretty awesome. We use a special kind of Pokeballs here, so we get 30 Safari Balls. And when they talk about running out of time, it is not actually time, it is based on how many steps you have taken while in the Safari Zone. So this is step number 1. There's a lot of things to go over in the Safari Zone, and the biggest thing is that we have a lot of new Pokemon. Trainer tips. Press start to check remaining time. Oh. Okay. Hey. It's 600 steps. There we go. Yeah, so let's show off what battling is like here in the Safari Zone. So when you get into an encounter, it's a Venonat. Cool. We don't care about a Venonat. You can do 3 things. You can either do a ball, you can do bait, or rock. You can throw a ball if you want to try and catch it. I don't want to try and catch it. You can throw a bait, which will add to this Venonat's bait counter, which will make it easier to catch, or it will make it less likely to run from battle, but a lot harder to catch. And then you have rock, which will take away whatever status it already had on eating. It'll make it angry, which makes it easier to catch, but more likely to run. And this is what the Safari Zone really is. It's all about trying to balance whether or not you want to throw another rock, maybe you want to throw some bait, try to do some stuff with the catching, and it's kind of ridiculous. But there's a good thing about the Safari Zone, and that is the fact that you can find a ton of new Pokemon. Rest House, I believe, if you go into the Rest House, we have 563? 562! No, you still take steps while you're in here. Cool, let's talk to you. I'm catching Pokemon to take home as gifts. Alright, that's fine. I don't want to talk to you. Where did my boyfriend someone go? That's cool. Well, I don't have enough steps to be talking to all y'all while that's happening. So instead, we're gonna make our jolly way through the grass. And I guess while we make our way through the Safari Zone, which, by the way to get through the Safari Zone, I believe, is to go in a counterclockwise manner, starting from the southern area, which is the area that you always start in. So that's what we're going to be doing, but we have a bunch of new Pokemon to talk about, so let's get started on that right now. The first new Pokemon that you can encounter here in the Safari Zone is Execute. Do not be fooled by this coconut tree of a Pokemon, and while it looks dopey, it is actually a pretty powerful Pokemon. It has really high special attack, which it can take advantage of both with Psychic and Grass, and even get some okay defenses. While it isn't the monster that it was in Generation 1, because hey, look, there it is right there. Because of the special split, cutting its special defense in half, it can still pack a serious punch as long as you play your cards right. It's what I consider to be one of the better grass types in the game. However, I have never actually used it. So, I mean, if you want to try and use it, you can. As we have seen, I believe Gary has the ability to grab and execute, and it's a pretty decent grass type Pokemon. And it used to be the best grass type in Generation 1, at least in my opinion. Hey, a Leaf Stone, and it evolves by Leaf Stone, so you could have just given the Leaf Stone right there. But for our next Pokemon that we have Rhyhorn. Now, at first glance, Rhyhorn seems just like another one of those rock ground types that gets completely decimated by water and grass types. And it is. But Rhyhorn stands out more because of its stat distribution. 105 HP and 120 defense, backed up by the defensive typing that is rock, is a beautiful wall for pretty much every physical move that you can throw at it, especially normal types. It also gets 130 attack, and that's pretty fantastic, and it's going to use that drill of its to pierce both the opponents and the heavens and everything that comes in between. It is fantastic. Rhydon even gets an interesting ability in Lightning Rod, which draws all electric type moves to it, which is beautiful in double battles, especially if you have a Gyarados on your team. It's pretty great. The only thing you have to be careful about is when you switch into physical moves, because those things destroy Rhydon. It has no good regular or special moves. I don't know why I said physical moves. Special moves, because it has no special defense, which is okay. It's like most rock type Pokemon. Over here we have a full restore. Nice. How many steps do we have? We are a little to halfway. That's perfectly fine. We'll talk to this guy in here. How many did you catch? I'm Bush from the effort. I've not caught anything yet. I caught a Chansey. Brah! That makes this all worthwhile. I hate you. You guys will find out soon enough why I hate him. Whew, I'm tired from all the fun. Oh, man. Alright, our next Pokemon, we're not going to talk about Chansey yet. Don't worry, we'll talk about Chansey. Our next Pokemon is Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan is like most normal types, but it doesn't really stand out. It has good HP and decent attack with, I guess, average defense, and like other normal types, it has a really deep move pool. However, one thing that does put it above other normal types is its decent speed. 90 speed isn't really great, but it isn't horrible either. It's better than a lot of normal types. And Kangaskhan is better than some other normal Pokemon, but it still gets outclassed by many other normal types like Snorlax or Blissey, and the next Pokemon we have to talk about, which is Tauros. Tauros is an unusual Pokemon in that it isn't as defensive, and it doesn't have a great move pool like most normal types do. However, it has great speed, good attack, and good defense. And this allows it to sweep all over the place, and it can even switch in on physical moves thanks to Intimidate, the new ability that it got in Generation 3, having all physical moves thanks to Intimidate, doing that to the opponent whenever you switch it in. Tauros used to be one of the best Pokemon in Generation 1, and it's not as good competitively as it used to be. However, it's still really good in casual play in Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, because you don't have Pokemon like Skarmory or Fortress walling it up all over the place, which is perfectly fine. Now, for our next Pokemon, you can find not so much in the grass. I'm pretty sure you can only find this Pokemon if you go into the water and do stuff there, like surfing or whatchamacallit. Yo, we got Execute. Nice. Surfing or fishing. You know what? I will figure out what I want to call this Execute first before we talk about that next Pokemon. Even though it appears to be eggs of some sort, it was discovered to be a life form more like plant seeds. Really? It's more like seeds? Well, that's okay. We're still gonna call you something that's nothing to do with seeds. And that is I don't know how to spell omelet. Is it one T or not one T? I know it's two T's, but is it one L? It looks like it's one L. We'll go with one L. This execute is called omelet. Now, the Pokemon that I was just about to talk about is, which way am I going? I've lost track. I'm going this way. It is Dratini. Dratini is the first dragon Pokemon that we've come across on our journey, Kingdra aside, and it is the only dragon type line in the entirety of the first generation of Pokemon. Also, yo, we found a Rhyhorn, that's awesome. It is strong against many different types or not it, Dragon is strong against many different types, and there are only two types that are super effective against it, Ice and Dragon itself. It also has one of the highest base stat totals in the entire game, or I guess by it, I mean Dragonite has one of the highest base stat totals in the entire game, which has earned it the title of pseudo-legendary. And it has even stats across the board and really strong attack. It is a tad slow and it doesn't get any good stab attacks, with no Drill Peck and Dragon being a special type in Generation 3. Oh my goodness, it's a Chansey! Oh, baby, it's a Chansey! Okay, alright, hold up. We'll get back to Dratini and Dragonite in a second. What do I do? What do I want to do? Do I want to throw a ball? Do we want to throw some rock? We don't want to throw a rock, do we? Let's throw a ball. I'm not even gonna chance it with any of the things. We're going for a ball. Oh baby, please stay. It's still here. You guys don't understand how hard it is to get a Chansey. I consider it to be like pretty much the hardest Pokemon to catch in the game besides legendaries. It's still here. Oh baby, please Chansey, work with me. Just get in the Pokeball. Just stay in the Pokeball. You know you can do it. No! Dang you, Chansey. Okay, we'll talk about Chansey in a bit. Don't worry, we'll get to Chansey. I'm gonna go back to talking about Dratini now that has happened. What was I talking about with Dratini? Dragon is a special type in Generation 3, so Dratini doesn't get any special type dragon moves in Generation, or not special type, physical type dragon moves to take advantage of Dragonite's high attack stat. But, I mean, like, come on, it's a dragon. It's still crazy good, and it definitely shows up in many other Pokemon in the game. Now, one last thing to note, if you are going to be training up a Dragonite, which is definitely recommended, this Pokemon takes forever to evolve. 55 for its final evolution is like endgame levels. You're gonna have to work really hard to get the rewards that Dragonite will offer to you. Also, what is this item right here? We found the gold teeth. This is very important to pick up. You need to pick that up to complete the game. I can't tell you how many times I've come in here and not picked that up. Also, request notice, please find Fire Warden's lost teeth. The sign is right up. Wow, they put a sign right next to where the teeth were lost. That's cool. Alright, now, I will also grab Team 32 Double Team. Double Team is one of the best moves in the game. We have seen Double Team, so that's pretty awesome. Now, this is the end of the Safari Zone. Once you get to the end of the Safari Zone, you can talk to this dude. Ah, finally! You're the first person to reach the secret house. Although I made a campaign for a grand opening, I was getting worried that no one would win our campaign prize. Congratulations, you have won. Dallas received HM03, which is Surf. Pokemon will be able to ferry you across water using it. I've been talking about this throughout like the entire game, and it's fantastic. It's one of the only good HMs in the game. It might be the only good, like not like good HM just for being HM, like battle-wise. It's one of the very few good HMs. I might think it is the only actual good one in the game, if I'm not mistaken. 95 power, and it's a spread move in double battles. We are teaching this to James Pond Pronto. We definitely want him to have Surf. It is a beautiful move. Water Pulse is good, but 60 versus 95, this move is stronger without Stab, and it's stronger, even stronger with Stab. It's got crazy accuracy. The only thing is that we can no longer confuse our opponent, but for double battles, we can hit both opponents on the opposite side, so that's pretty awesome. we will definitely teach James Pond this surf. Now, that's really everything you need to do in the Safari Zone for, like, actually completing the Safari Zone. At this point, it would be best to go back into Fuchsia City. However, we have a lot of Pokemon to catch, and I still have Pokemon to talk about. We have at least 3 more Pokemon to talk about. One that we've already seen at this point, and that is gonna be what we're gonna do right now. So, for our next Pokemon we have to talk about, we are talking about Scyther. Finally! Oh my goodness, finally! It's about time that we found a good bug-type Pokemon, and it's really the only good one in the entire main game. A FireRed exclusive Pokemon, Scyther has perfect stats for physical sweeping. The only thing really holding it back is the fact that there aren't good bug-type moves, and bug flying is still a pretty bad type. Which is okay, I guess? I mean, bugs flying, you're going to be having some good stuff, but you're not going to get access to any good stat moves. However, access to Swords Dance really helps Scyther. But you know what helps it even more? The unholy powers of Generation 2 evolutions! If you slap a Metal Coat onto this baby and trade it away to have that bad boy evolve into Caesar, you are gonna be having a great day. Caesar takes away Scyther's flying type and gives it the very coveted Steel type, which is so fantastic. So now Caesar, yo, we caught a Rhyhorn! Caesar only has one weakness, and that's fire, though it is 4 times weak to fire, which, you know, like, you give some, you lose some. Much better than bug flying for sure. Strong, but not too bright. This Pokemon shatter even a skyscraper with its charging tackles. I know we're gonna name him. Now, as for stats, Caesar actually didn't technically gain anything. Its stats were just switched around to give it more attack, more bulk, and take away some of its speed. But, I mean, if you can set up with agility, then, like, you're definitely going to be on the right track to winning all your battles with this bad boy. However, while evolution has helped it in many areas, Caesar still has a pretty shallow move pool because bug isn't, it's like the bug type wasn't really changed. There are no good bug moves in this generation. You're not going to be finding anything great. Silver Wind's okay, but it's not the best. It's still the best bug type you're gonna be finding, and it's still pretty fantastic, honestly. Now, for the Leaf Green exclusive Pokemon, we get another bug type. If you remember what I said about Scyther, you'll know that Pinsir is not that great of a Pokemon. While it is pretty much better than every other bug type in the game, except for Scyther, it loses out solely to being a bug type and having a shallow move pool. And by game, I mean the main game. We found another Chansey? What? How? Okay. Chansey, you do your thing. I'm gonna finish talking about Pinsir real quick. It loses, so I just said it loses out solely to being a bug type and having a shallow move pool, which is kind of unfortunate because you see that 125 attack, that's fantastic, but the strongest bug type move that Pinsir gets is Hidden Power Bug, so it can't really take advantage of those giant Pinsirs. And oh my goodness, we found another Chansey. Oh baby, I hope we catch this one because you guys don't understand. No, don't run away. Don't run away, Chansey, please. Alright, we're watching carefully. Oh, we gotta catch this Chansey. It's still here. It's still here. We have one more chance. At least one more chance. That's what's important. At least one more chance. Chansey, no! Don't run away. Dang it! That's 2. Alright, you know what? That's ding dong, time's up. My Safari game's over. Alright, we're going back in because we still have one more Pokemon to talk about, and that's that big old pink blob that we just saw for the second time. Chansey. Say hello to the Pokemon with the single highest stat in all of Pokemon in any generation. With 250 HP. 250 HP! And 105 special defense, Chansey will be eating up every single special type attack in the game like it's a plate of bacon and eggs with some toast on the side. This thing is the literal book definition of a special wall, and that's not all. Now, if you ever wonder why I say the unholy powers of Generation 2, it's because they decided to give this monster an evolution. That's right, its special defense gets up to 135, and its HP gets boosted to 255. While the HP addition is only like 5 points, adding 30 special defense is absolutely insane. And that's only its stats. Blissey also gets a beautiful ability of Natural Cure so that it can lose all status effects when switching out, and since it is a normal type, it gets a move pool the size of an ocean. It's like a move ocean. This thing has it all. Ice Beam, check. Thunderbolt, check. Flamethrower, check. Calm Mind, you guessed it, check. And it even gets all sorts of crazy support moves like Wish, Soft Bolt, Aromatherapy, Thunder Wave, Toxic, Light Screen, and more. This Pokemon is absolutely crazy, and if you want to add some bulk to your team, look no further than Blissey. Now, let's talk about catching this Pokemon. You'll see that Blissey has a catch rate of 30, which is one of the lowest catch rates we've seen. I think it's the second lowest catch rate we have seen in the entire game. It is crazy hard to catch it. There's only one place in the game you can find Blissey, and that is here in the Safari Zone. And I'm pretty sure that in every area of the Safari Zone, it has a 1% chance of appearing. A 1% chance of appearing. You can't weaken the Pokemon. You can only throw a Safari Ball, which I believe is better than a Great Ball, but worse than an Ultra Ball. And it has a catch rate of 30, like, you can't do anything to catch this Pokemon. It's so hard, it's so elusive, and it is very clear why they call this Pokemon Chansey. But that is every Pokemon here in the Safari Zone that we are going to talk about. I can't believe I found 2 Chanseys, and they've both escaped me. I think the next Chansey I'm going to see, I'm just going to throw a rock at it. Because I'm gonna take the chance. I want more. I think it's double a chance to get the I think it doubles your catch rate or something like that. I don't know. It's gonna be a while before we catch a Chansey, and I'm not gonna be showing it all on screen. In fact, this is the end of this episode. We've shown everything that I want to show in Safari Zone. There are other items still wandering around in here. I did not want to throw a ball at you, but that's cool, I guess. But some items you can only get with Surf, which actually, I guess we have Surf. I don't remember if we can use Surf. I think we can, I don't know, we might be able to. I don't remember which gym gave us the use of Surf. But yes, that is everything I want to talk about for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please click that like button. Remember, you can always click subscribe if you want to stay updated on this series and other stuff coming out from me. I will see you in the next episode, I hope I will see you in the next episode. You don't have to come back. I'm not gonna like force you. It's a threat. You have to come back to the next episode, guys. You have to. It's guaranteed. Like, you can't do anything. You have to come back, because in the next episode we will be finishing up things here in Fuchsia City, and then we will be heading to Saffron City, that one huge city in the middle of the region that we have been trying to go to pretty much the entire game until we got to sell it on. And we'll see what that has to offer for us. And I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.